Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, it looks like we're in for a big windfall, which was kind of what I was hoping for. This is going to be particularly relevant if you are someone who is going to be interested in the upcoming collab, which, unless something changes, is looking like it's going to be the heroes with a half shell, right? So, I put out a video before saying that if you wanted to try and secure yourself a copy of these units for free, now was the time to start saving, and I laid out a couple of different proposals for what I thought was going to happen. Okay, now looking at today's update, which is in the update notes, we are essentially going to be in for a giant windfall before this event drops. Okay, so if you remember, you're probably looking at what, 6 to 8 weeks before this event drops, and I said in my kind of breakdown, if you get one event, two event, three events, what you would be expecting to get. Okay, so let's talk about this update first of all, and then we'll kind of talk about what that means in the grander scheme of things. Okay, so tomorrow's update is going to bring some new character trials. It's going to bring Summer Ibuki and her limited time trial. It's probably going to bring divination tokens with that. I don't think we'll get any red tickets for these two. We might, who knows, they might change things up, but I think it's most likely going to be divination tokens. We're also going to get Mummy Dalsim and his limited time trial. We'll be summoning for him tomorrow, that's good. Summer Ibuki is looking now like she's going to be a master unit, which, I mean, I've spoken at length about this to other creators like Payne, and I'm not 100% sure what his full opinion is on it. I mean, he'd probably share that himself with you at some point. I'm not that pleased, the reason being, to me it feels like they're setting a whole new precedent on things. You've got, obviously, Blame Chun-Li. She was a free unit, she became a legendary unit, however it was $29.99 to purchase her. You did have Akuma, who was a free unit, he became a special summon unit, which was bad and we hope to never see that again. And now you've got Summer Ibuki, who was a wind unit, or I think it's water in China, and she's now going to be a master unit, which is a whole other thing again. So it's like, where do they stop here? Are they going to eventually make some of these premium units free units, you know? So I'm not happy about it, I'm not going to lie. I can't fake that. I think it's just adding too many things into that pool, but hey, we'll do a trial, we'll have a guide out for that, we'll do Mummy Dalsim's trial, we'll get a guide out for that, but we'll be summoning for Mummy Dalsim because Thunder needs it badly needs it, right? So moving on, upcoming events, we've got the Effigy Battle. One thing I noticed about the Effigy Battle is it runs for 2 weeks. Is that normal? I don't remember. Like, I thought it was a week, but hey, you guys can let me know. Maybe it is 2 weeks. 2 days for a boss, 1 day fighting, 2 days for a... Maybe it is 2 weeks, right? We'll also have Voodoo Battle, everyone's favourite event, you know? Slap down some bets on Bison, because that's all everyone ever does. And then, yeah, it'd be nice if they changed that, actually. Maybe 2 different units, like Evil Ryu versus Akuma. Might make for some variation, might make things a little bit more fresh and interesting. Probably make it harder. Trial of Justice, is that? Oh. That might be the oh, wait a minute. Do you know what I think Trial of Justice might be, guys? There is a mode in AFK Arena, right, that basically is this, but it's a harder version of this with better rewards. I think that's what Trial of Justice might be. That's just a guess. I think that's what that might be. So that might actually be quite rewarding, but it might be quite difficult, and you might have issues like needing specific units, but if it works like Path of Trials, you'll be able to use your mercenary units, so that could be some really good rewards there as well. Hopefully, if they toss some special summoning tickets in there, that's going to bump up the kitty even further, which is pretty damn feckin' awesome. If we move on further, we've also got Honor Treasure. Honor Treasure is obviously going to be one of these things like Wish Roulette. We'll not get too hung up on that. Street art event, obviously if you've kept your tickets, that's good. What I would say is, if you are someone like me who is going to be using loads of these guys, keep 2. Just keep 2. Keep them back for when street art launches. Hopefully street art launches right away, because then, awesome, you'll when you're summoning for Dalsim, you'll get all of these things, but keep at least 2 of these back, keep 2 of these, keep 2 of these, and you'll do Street Art no problem at all. Remember, you'll be able to get a copy of Vega, most likely, from the chests this time, so that's pretty awesome. Incredible rewards. I think that's just the boost thing, you know. I'm pretty sure incredible rewards is more or less just this. Fairly sure that's what they call that anyway, if you go to the bottom. Is that? I'm pretty sure it's one of them anyway, right? I don't think it's anything special, don't get too hung up on that, right? Gokin warm-up event. Now this is where things start to get interesting, right? So obviously, we all know the Gokin warm-up event is going to give us 50 tickets, right? You're also going to get around about 60 tickets for doing the event. That's not including where you rank on leaderboards or anything like that, right? This is week 1, right? So that means after I've done the countdown, so 1 week, and then we're going to have this event dropping. That means that in a 6 to 8 week period, what would happen is you would have the Gokin event, which is going to run for 2 weeks, right? So you have a week build up, get your tickets, then 2 weeks of the event, right? So that's your 3 weeks. You'll then likely have some random guff, something random, nothing special. It'll just be filler of content, whatever. Then I suspect they will launch either Oni or a different character that we don't know anything about, right? So we're most likely now looking at getting that before we get the collab happening, which means the amount of special summoning tickets that you will be able to have will be much higher. Much higher. It's going to be the higher end of the estimate I put out in that video. If you've not checked that video out, I'll link it in the box at the end so that you can go and check out the numbers of what you can be looking at getting. So guys, here's the important thing, right? And this is where you are in control, right? You either listen to this advice or you don't, it's entirely up to you. Gokin, there's a very strong possibility he will be busted, right? There's a very strong possibility he will be busted. Gokin, however, is not a limited unit. He will be in the limited summon, but he is not a limited time unit, okay? Now, you are going to feel tempted to summon this guy. You are, 100%. You are going to want to summon this guy, okay? However, with the collab coming up, you want to potentially keep as many tickets as possible to try and get yourself a copy of one or all of those units, depending on what your luck's like, right? Now, there's rumours, however, unsubstantiated, so subject to change. We've always got to say subject to change, right? There's rumours that to coincide with the collab, we would expect to see some quality of life changes, like pity, right? And pity would be something that would be added to the game moving forward, okay? So, in my opinion, it makes more sense for you guys to stockpile your tickets until we see what's happening there, right? Because you know what? If the turtles come out in 6 or 8 weeks time and you think, you know what? I don't want them. I think I'd rather get Gokin. Then guess what, guys? You're sitting on a stockpile of 300-400 tickets. Go and get Gokin. What's the worst that's happened? You've waited a few weeks, right? So you can leave yourself in the best position possible if you milk these events for all they're worth. Save the tickets, stockpile the tickets, build them up, because it looks as though we will get at least 2, potentially 3 of these events before we get that collab coming. And in that time, you'll have things like Global Showdown, you'll have things like this Trial of Justice. Who knows, that might potentially give us more red tickets. Things like this is going to boost your coffers up. And if it comes out and they're not that great, you know what? You can either go back and go for Gokin, or if they've done some sort of an absolute crazy system where they're only going to put pity on units after the turtles, then you know what? If you've seen pity introduced to the game, wait for the next unit that you like the look of, that's got pity, slam it with your tickets, and you are going to extract a lot more value for your time in the game, right? So we've got a huge ticket income that is incoming, and you guys need to exploit that. You need to hold on to that, and you need to make that work for you. If not, you're just going to keep getting units that you keep saying, can only get this unit to A+, can only get this unit to S. They're not going to move any further. That's what's going to keep happening. And unfortunately, if the game won't bend to how you want to play, unfortunately you need to change how you play the game. And that is basically not just going for every unit that looks good. Okay, because if you're someone who's already summoned for Akuma, then you switched to Ryu, then you thought, you know what, I'm going to take a punt at Virgil. You must be sitting with a box right now filled with units that are either A plus or S when it comes to these special units, and you're just going to feel deflated by that. So the best strategy is use these things and just sit on those tickets, and you'll build up a stockpile, guys, and it's going to help you long term. So anyway, moving on. Miscellaneous changes. Optimise Super Showdown ladder matchmaking rules. Don't know what that means. Don't make Super Showdown harder. Don't make don't make that harder. I've been winning that. Don't make that harder. New final Showdown avatar frame rewards after a certain number of championships in Final Showdown. Okay, so does that mean once you've got 5, they'll introduce a new avatar? Maybe. 25 additional floors have been added to Supreme Fist, including the Wind, Thunder and Flame faction towers. Oh guys, fantastic. Add 25 more floors to the tower that is fucking virtually impossible to move on in. I mean, let's go and have a look here. I'm on 468. I think I could beat this. Oh, let's go. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Right, see, because I've leveled up, it didn't do it. Right, I didn't mean this. It didn't do it. Yesterday it wouldn't let me move on. Right, I must have upgraded my gear or something. It would not let me move on yesterday. I know, in fact, I know what it is. It's because I've got Ken in my team, right? Or is it? I don't even know. But anyway, when I tried to do this yesterday, it says you have to be like this amount of power to progress or some crap like that. I'll show you just now, right? Hang on. Back into here. I'll throw someone who's got less power than Ken in there. We'll throw in Vega, right? Yeah, there we go. There you go. Insufficient power, 46 million. Get stronger to continue, right? So it won't let me move on because I'm not strong enough. So, I mean, adding in 25 tower, 25 new levels, great. Same with this. Without giving me new Thunder units, new Wind units, new Flame units. I mean, I need a good buffer for Flame. Maybe. I need a good buffer for Thunder. You know, there's a new DPS, sorry, for Thunder, which we're obviously going to get. 25 new stages here is just not going to be something that I can access unless you start giving us more factional units. So, well, yeah, it's awesome that they're adding to the game. How many people are going to get use out of that? Unless you lower the difficulty or something, that's just mental, right? Travel Perks 5 is now available. Travel Perks 5. That's the poison one. Just more ways to spend money on it. Optimise guild search to display more active guilds. Okay, cool. That's useful for people that need a guild. Optimise speed of pop-up messages in the global operation map. Okay, cool. I didn't really know there was an issue there, but that's fine. Are you going to introduce new global operations? Because that would be good. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they're secretly telling us they're going to add new optimizations. Optimised the maximum number of fighter fragments that can be used for A grade and B grade fighter fragment recruitment. It's just allowing you to use more of your tokens all at the same time. Thank you for your patience during our maintenance. We hope you are excited for the new characters and content in the new update. There is actually something else. Where is it? Why have I not seen it? I seen it earlier. Have they removed it? 6 new puzzle maps added to Wonderland Training. There you go. That's good, because they're pretty easy. I'll have a guide for them anyway. But they're pretty easy, and that's more rewards as well. So if we look at Wonderland Training, you'll see that all the way it's been good rewards, you know what I mean? Enlightenment Scrolls, Crystal Balls, get character shards, get fighter EXP. Earlier on there was summons, I'm sure, as well. If we go back, fairly sure you get summons in here. Let me see. Did we get summons? I'm pretty sure we get summons. No, it's just crystals. Yes, crystals. Was there no summons? Ah, summons. Right, see. So we've had summons in here before, we've got crystals. With a new banner coming, maybe we'll get some factional recruits, maybe we'll get more crystals, maybe they'll be nice and throw us a bone and give us some divination tokens. All of this is good. Tomorrow's going to be a good day for rewards. We're going to get a lot of rewards tomorrow, 100%, right? 100%. So you get that to look forward to. Like I say, be smart and make this work for you. Anyway guys, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.